Hi folks, today we'll walk through the fundamentals of synth-based sound design. And if you have never touched a synthesizer before, then that's totally okay. It is meant for you. We're just going to cover some basic ideas about how to get started with the soft synthesizer. What are some of the things that you can try? And I will be using Zebra 3 initially, but if you stay until the end, I will show you how to start building sounds using a free synth called Vital. What is a synthesizer? A synthesizer is a machine that creates sound from scratch. And the sound comes from circuits, or in the case of software, from code. So synths really started as huge modular systems. And by 70s and 80s, they had shrunk into these iconic keyboards that you have seen in photos. And today they are everywhere, including inside your computer. And when a synthesizer lives inside your computer as a plug-in, we call it a soft synth. So here's how it all connects. You press a key on your keyboard. The keyboard sends a message to your computer that says, play this note. Your synth receives that message and creates a sound, and your speakers play it back. At this point, I want to talk to you about synth parameters. It's important that we understand it, right? When you open Zebra, you will see a lot of knobs and sliders. Every one of these is called, you can call it a parameter. And they're simply things that you can modify. Here's volume, here's pan, here's something for tuning, and things like that. Let us look at where the sound actually starts in a synth, and that would be the oscillator. And this is a good time to just walk through some of the basic oscillator sounds. The waveform determines what kind of sound it is. Okay, let's start with something very basic, which would be the sine wave. It sounds like this. It's very simple and pure. It is the simplest sound that you can have, yet very useful. Okay. The next thing I would like to show is a triangular wave. It sounds a little bit like the sine wave, but it has a bit more personality to it, right? Now let's take a look at something called a square wave. Yeah. So it is like a triangle, but has a lot more bite to it. Has a lot more frequencies to it. Okay. And the last one I want to see is one of the most used waveform, which is a sawtooth wave. Sawtooth wave contains a lot of different frequencies. When I say frequencies, what I really mean is something called harmonics. We'll go through that in another session. So it's great for shaping different sounds. Before we start creating a sound, let's look at the concept called modulation, because it's very important that we understand what really modulation means. Okay, here's the thing. A parameter can change over time, and that change can be represented by a curve, right? So modulation simply is a curve driving a knob. That's as simple as that. Okay, and today we are going to focus on something like a Pluck sound. So here is Zebra. Initialize the patch. This is what you get. Let me make this sound a little bit fatter. Okay, what I'm going to do is select the Unison parameter. So set it to 4. It just means that this oscillator will create four waveforms together. You cannot really hear all the 4 because they are all the same exact frequency, right? So to hear all of them, we might want to detune each of them slightly. So now hear that phasing sound, right? They are all interfering with each other. And still, they're all in kind of one big block of sound. So this is where width helps. So you can... How much detune you want is up to you. We're going to just leave the oscillator just like that. We're not going to touch it again. Take a look at Zebra. This main grid in Zebra represents 4 signal channels. Each one can hold its own oscillators and filters and effects. Think of them as 4 independent lanes of sound. So let's take a look at channel 1. Right now it has a single oscillator at the top. You can stack more sound generators and they'll just keep adding up. The signal flows downward. When you press a key on your keyboard, it opens a gate. While the gate is open, sound flows out. When you release your key, the gate closes, kind of. At the bottom of the channel sits the volume knob. It controls the signal level going out, but the knob does not just sit at a fixed value. By default, it is controlled by this envelope. An envelope is a curve that shapes a signal over time. It has 4 stages. Attack determines how fast the sound rises from silence to its peak. Decay is how quickly it falls from that peak. Sustain is the level it holds when you keep the key pressed. And release is how long the sound takes to fade to 0 after you let go. Okay, so we have the sound generator, which is a sawtooth wave, like that. At this point, we'll set the volume envelope. How does the sound behave over time? So a pluck sound starts at a high volume and then tapers out. Okay, and that's where these controls come into play. Okay, and today we are not going to use sustain. Okay, because we don't want a sustain note. We're going to use only a pluck. Okay, so I'm going to just bring it down. Okay, so there you go. I have my pluck sound, but I don't need it to ring out so much, so I'm going to change it. So I'm going to lower it. Okay, and there's a parameter called release. Usually I set it to the same as delay. So we have the sound here. So now the volume envelope is set. At this point, I want to introduce you to filters. A filter can be selected from Zebra by clicking on an empty cell and selecting it from the menu. A filter can be thought of like an EQ. It's not really an EQ, but it's like an EQ with a strong character. So to change the kind of filter, you select the image here, and then you have a big menu of different filters here. I'm going to recommend you use the ladder filter. I like the way it sounds. So ladder at a 12 dB low pass. So this is low pass ladder. What does that mean, low pass? Low pass means it would send only low signals, low frequency signals. It'll cut off all the high frequency, and you can decide how much of the cutoff should happen. By default, nothing is cut off. So if I play it, it'll sound exactly the same. Okay. Now, notice how the sound gets muted as you change the cutoff value. So it's cutting off the high frequencies here, and I will set it to somewhere here. Okay, you can also play with the resonance. Resonance boosts the frequency where you're cutting off. Yeah, in general, in the sense that wah-wah sound that you hear is usually from the resonance. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to modulate the cutoff something like this. Like that. Okay. And we have something of that shape in the volume envelope itself. So I will drag the envelope onto the cutoff. Okay. Now I can modulate this parameter with the envelope. So if I make it much larger, see that? And if I increase the resonance, you really hear that sound. Okay. So there is your first synth sound. But you don't have to stop here. I'll give you a few more tips on how to make it sound slightly better or how to tweak that sound. Typically what I do is once I have that basic sound, I'll change the timbre a little bit, okay? And for that, what I use is the distortion module. By default, it sounds the same, but I can make it sound slightly better. Yeah, give it a little bit more bite right there, okay? All right. No, we don't have to stop here. You can also fatten the sound a little bit more by adding another oscillator. But this time, I want to play that oscillator 1 octave lower. So I will pull it down to -12, okay? Let's check it out. There you go. So, and you can change the volume as you want. If you want to add a bit more space to your sound, you can give it some global effects, and you do it right here. Add a reverb, and immediately your sound opens up. So like I mentioned before, you don't need Zebra to start experimenting with sound design. There are free plugins available, really good ones available, where you can start experimenting with it, okay? So one of the free plugins that's available is called Vital. Here's Vital. Like Zebra, it starts with the Sawtooth wave. I will create 4 voices, detune it slightly, and then I will set the envelope, remove sustain fully, and then adjust the decay value. There you go. We'll add one more oscillator, bring down the pitch. Now I will add a filter. Now I can select a ladder filter like Zebra. Okay, then and modulate the filter cutoff with the envelope. There you go. And then I can go ahead and add a global effect. There you go. I hope this was helpful and took some mystery out of basic sound design. I'll see you next time.